And an internet meme was born. Welcome to Toronto.
Hell yes.
Finally on tour.
Yes. We're back. Finally on tour. 2 weeks in, a week and a bit in, and we all finally feel like we're finally on tour. It was a very hectic first week. It's a cool thing doing 2 sets each night when you play a city, but logistically and mentally preparing yourself was a lot. And then there's the MDF performance, which is a completely different set.
Yeah.
Then we played Montreal, which is amazing, but we're at home and it doesn't feel like we're on tour. Now we're on tour.
Now we're on tour. All right. And we know you like your beers.
I do.
And we're going to make you earn some beers today.
Oh, yes.
All right. So these are Cryptopsy confessions. I have to be an alliteration, obviously. So I'm going to ask you I'm going to give you 6 prompts, if you will, to use a term that is current. You're going to make a confession, and every time you make a confession, you earn a beer. Sounds good?
I'm thirsty, so let's go.
Firstly, let's start simple. We've got a beer.
I've had a beer.
I know. Radical Road. All these beers are from Radical Road, local craft brewery. First question for you. Congratulations on the Juno.
Oh, yes. Very cool.
Confess.
You know what we got yesterday? Yesterday, my parents brought it to my house, and I carried the 4 Junos from my house to the venue.
It's heavier than you think.
Dude, they're so heavy. Like, they must be 30 pounds each. Easy.
Real gold as well. Real gold as well.
Flayed.
Well, so first confession. When you guys found out that you got the Juno, how did you celebrate?
Oh, it was actually really cool. It's like the end of a TV season type thing. It felt like that. If my life was a TV show, Tina Benoit. We always messed around that our lives are TV shows. We finished the last show of the Atheist Cryptopsy tour, the Unquestionable Blasphemy tour, in the UK. We stepped off stage, and I always go to the merch and hang out with people. And Kelly comes to see me from Atheist and goes, "Matt, you won." And I'm like, I don't win. It's tomorrow. It's Sunday. But because it was a Saturday night. But because metal is a lesser category, which it shouldn't be, it was on the pre-show on the Saturday. So we won. So we had an 18-hour drive to go back to Germany somewhere, to fly back to Montreal, and we partied in sections. Like, we'd party, we'd go to sleep, we'd wake up, we'd party. We bought champagne on the ferry from Calais, from the UK, and we partied. Good. And then we took naps, and then we partied some more, and then we partied, and then we did that video, which was just a story because we were a little bit loose.
Yeah. All right, good. I think that's 1 beer earned. Yeah. Congratulations. On that note, I mean, we know you like your beers and you're gonna earn some more beers, but you don't always party. At times you do, switch into non-alcoholic mode as well. Correct. You've done that. So in your adventures, give us a confession about one non-alcoholic beer that stuck with you. That's a good one, because they're not always.
It's so hard. It's so. You know what my go-to is, which is really.
You're still gonna get an actual alcoholic beer for that confession.
But my go-to is a No Compliment, which is an IGA beer.
Okay.
And they have just this. I think it's Sobeys that makes it, and it's really shitty, but it's the best of the shitty, and it's so cheap. It's like $4.99 for a 6-pack, and they tend to just live in my fridge.
Okay.
And I drink everything else, but not them.
Yeah.
But non-alcoholic stuff I mess around with that a lot, because with my brand, with my identity, with the touring aspect, and people see me, they always like to give me beer. I like to drink beer. So I try to have drinking days where I'm like drinking, and then there's other days where I don't drink. I also try to watch my calories, so I tend to gravitate more towards seltzer waters. Recently, I like that, the bubbly.
You're a smart alcoholic, as we said.
I try to be. Because like Craig from BAOS, who will be here tomorrow and recommended me where to go today, another beer podcaster, we spoke about like doing sober months versus drinking days. And if you do drinking days and you drink like 3 days a week, let's say, and you're off 4, you throughout the whole year, you're off more than just a month. So,
there you go.
And it's more healthy. So.
I'm with you on that, by the way. Like, I tried to cut back as well a lot in the last few months, and I do what you do. It's like I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna drink that day. That day has a good reason to drink.
Yeah.
So let's drink.
Yeah.
And then I might not drink for a couple of weeks.
And I feel great because drinking is super fun, but it really affects your sleep.
There you go.
Deeply.
Yes.
Deeply. You don't hit REM sleep.
So don't drink and sing. Well, I mean, I guess
no,
drink
that's
and
not
sing.
good either. No.
Sorry. So for that confession, you are getting the Tortured Pilsner's Department Pilsner from Radical Road Brewery.
Oh yes, thank you.
There you go. Now, for the next, let's make it fun for the next one. Oh, there we go. A hop local single.
No, I like the hops.
And local singles maybe as well. No, that's not.
No,
you're a married man.
So married.
You're so married. For this beer, actually, I had this. This is pretty good. It's like a hoppy
lager.
Hoppy lager, yeah.
Which is all the trend, and it's funny because Cryptopsy by Kanawaki Brewing has been out for 4 years now, and he does it like 2-3 times a year.
You bring any?
No, but it's no. I tried to stop. Drew, let's go. I tried to stop. You said it was closed. We've been doing that forever, like a dry hop pilsner, which was.
It's great for spring and summer.
Now it's super popular. Yeah, and we've been doing it for 4 years.
People that don't want to go all IPA, but want to have a little bit of that fruitiness. So in order to earn this one, you've told me, and I think in our last interview when we talked about the latest album, that it was only recent that you kind of figured out what Lord Worm was singing all those years.
Yes, especially, and I just did Blasphemy, so I have further insight.
So, that the only logical conclusion is that you've been freestyling a lot on stage, and I think that you're a guy that will sneak in a lot of like jokes and Easter eggs. What is the craziest stuff you got away with singing that nobody knows?
Oh, there is one, but it's not a Lord Worm thing. It's on The Unspoken King. I have succumbed, I think is the real word, and for that album we did like a main vocal and then like 2 side ones.
Okay.
And Chris was like joking, saying, it sounds like you're saying lines of cunt. Which is not we're from North America, we can't say that, but I did. And I did, in one of the left or right, I said lions of cunt.
Okay.
I have succumbed. Okay. But Lord Worm-wise, no, it's all just phonetically. And I focused on like the last syllable back in the day. But now I know all the words. And tonight I'm going to do open face surgery.
Okay.
And instead of going, blah, 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 I'm going to say real words.
You're going to say real words. Yeah. There you go.
And then I'll probably butcher the scream. The scream, you know what I'm talking about. The stream that haunts my dreams.
There you go. Third confession, third beer.
Thank you.
Fantastic. We're here recording just before your show 1 of 2 in Toronto.
Yeah.
But let's say that tomorrow around 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you get the call of whoever is these days his manager, says that Mike Patton will actually do that podcast with you at 8 o'clock tonight. What is the excuse that you're going to make up for not playing the show?
I think the show always comes first, sadly. I would probably say no.
Even with Mike Patton?
I've become much more selective with the podcast stuff. I do not do, or I do very, very, very less publicist requests.
Yeah. But he's your white whale.
I know, but the band is very busy right now, and Vox and Hops is still running, but it's definitely not as much prevalent in the back of my mind. So the show is number 1. The show is everything. Cryptopsy is number 1. The podcast is still running, but all of my like hustle energy and sacrificial decision making goes towards the band versus the podcast as of right now. Which is why there's no more like brutal events, and I don't have the time to do it.
Yeah.
I have like a beer competition coming. Haze Wars is coming back, which I will announce within the next few weeks. But it's very hard for me to have the hustle train that I used to have. But no, sorry, Mike Patton, don't want it. I'm going on stage. We're not talking.
All right, you still get a beer, even though you didn't give us really any confession on that. So we've got Wrecking Ball IPA. There you go. We're talking about juicy stuff before.
They came in like a wrecking ball.
Make some fucking noise, Toronto!
We all know you obviously as a singer of Cryptopsy, and you've done a bunch of guest vocals as well. Very recently with my countrymen from Aborted. It's really cool. They will be actually right here in 2 weeks from now.
With a Archspire.
Or a week from now, even just. That's going to be cool.
That's going to be a massive tour. Buy your tickets, people. You're not going to be able to go to that.
But people, naturally ask you if they want you to be a guest for, your signature death metal vocals.
Correct.
But you were now just start to sing a beautiful Miley Cyrus song, I think.
Yes.
Confession. I know you have no time and no energy, but what's the non-death metal singing creative flame that's burning inside of you that has to come out?
I have an answer for this. I was in a band 10 years ago, 12 years ago called The Era Of.
Okay.
And we're doing a reunion, and we're going to release a new EP, and we have a show booked, which is not announced yet in December in Montreal, and I put that deadline to launch the EP. So that's happening, and I have to do it. And
heard it here first, everybody.
Chris Brandel is back in Montreal, and Pavlo Hayakalis is always been there, and he's always been waiting for this to happen. We found a drummer. We've been waiting for a drummer for 10 years. We got a fucking drummer. It's coming. So the Era Of is back. It's funny to call it the Era Of Reunion, but it is what it is.
All right. And what kind of styles do we expect?
It's like progressive rock, but weird, more post-punk.
Okay.
Lots of clean vocals. Mostly clean vocals. No death metal.
All right.
Very, very little death metal. Some harsh vocals, but I'm singing the whole time.
There you go. I think that deserves a straight up sour, and this one is with raspberry.
Yeah, raspberry's the best adjunct. Stop putting other things in beer. Only put raspberries. It's literally the best adjunct.
There you go.
I totally stand by that.
We'll end with the flagship beer of Radical Road Brewery, which is their Yuzu Pale Ale.
So popular, Yuzu.
So, classic beer of this brewery. For a classic question, last confession. We all know that the more extreme the band, the less metal their soundtrack for the road is. What is the one song that's been playing on repeat in this van that we would not expect?
Blasphemy Made Flesh. Because we had to do it at MDF. That's all we've been listening to. Last tour, however, was from Tom Yorke, and it was the...
And an internet meme was born. All right, you deserve your sixth beer.
Thank you.
Matt, thank you so much for your time. I didn't want to bore you with serious questions this time. We've talking about.
Thank you so much. Always a pleasure. Enjoy the Belgian Jasper. He's the best. Come on. Woohoo. Come on. So much better than AP Reacts.
Of course. I didn't even tell him to say this.
I'll say the opposite tomorrow.
I know. And then his video is going to come out first. And then awesome. Well, I can't wait for the show tonight. I'm really looking forward to it. Have so much fun for the rest of this tour.
Thank you.
May you get many more beers and lots of headache-heavy second evening shows.
No, you guys bring me beers. We'll hang out, we'll drink, we'll have fun.
There you go. You are awesome for watching this video. Click right here to see more content like it and subscribe to the channel.